Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Speak On It with the Keenan Boys. This is episode 5, officially over a month in. Congratulations to everyone that's been listening.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Yeah, kept it up, consistent.
Yep. We're going to try to keep the consistency and try to get even better content and a little bit more free-flowing if we can. So we're going to start off how we normally do with the intro. How was your week?
Easy.
Easy?
Yeah, real easy. You can't be upset at easy.
Can't?
I've been, like I said last week, at home for 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm healthy, safe, whatever.
That's
Just enjoying myself. Got time to do my taxes and get all my ducks in order, whatever.
Nice.
How was your week?
Rough. I got some stomach issues, so I gotta go see a specialist sometime next month, or in the next couple weeks, because my stomach's just been hurting and stuff like that lately. So hopefully I can get that done, because it kind of does hinder my work. Maybe not so much from like a standpoint of strength, but it kind of affects my
Productivity.
My consistency with my mind. I'm making simple mistakes that I wouldn't because I'm thinking about how I don't feel well. And normally I'd be 100% on my task, and maybe I'm 90%.
You're disconnected a little bit.
So I noticed yesterday that I made a few mistakes that I don't think I would have made if I was feeling 100%. Mental errors that unfortunately happened, but just you make sure that they won't happen again, and you move on. So
you're human.
Yeah. So my week was a little bit difficult, but then we went to go to Detroit again today. Obviously we were slipping and sliding the whole way to the actual highway, to the exit, and then once we got on, for the first 10 minutes, perfect roads. We were like, oh, I guess we're going to Detroit today. This is because nobody really wanted to go, and then after that 10-minute period,
back to booty roads.
Terrible roads. We were slipping and sliding. We ended up actually turning over in Dansville's exit. We ended up calling it because we said beforehand, if we're going 40 miles an hour on the roads, obviously it's bad. Plus, we knew it's going to consistently snow. So if it's going to take us 3 hours to get there, 3 hours to get back, that's not worth it and not fair to all of us. So we ended up turning back in Dansville and going home, getting the day off. Obviously, I don't get paid for it. That's unfortunate, but I got the day off, so that was cool.
Yeah, and your safety's more than your pay, hopefully.
So his week was a little easier. My week was a little bit more difficult.
How it be?
But that's okay. Yeah, I also did my taxes and stuff, and I'm going to get a decent amount back, and hopefully it'll help me transition and get some better stuff. I did invest some money into some stocks, a couple stocks. I did watch I went on Reddit, the bet on Wall Street. So I did, obviously nothing crazy. I did one share of AMC, which it says that it's going up a lot. I also got a stock of Nokia, which said that I think it was a partial stock or one stock of Nokia and a partial stock of GoPro. And all three of them say green for whatever that means. And
green means good most times.
It said that I made so far I've made $4 in my sleep. So they say the best way to invest is to be making money while make your money work for you. And so obviously I didn't do anything crazy. I only invested $20.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's a start.
Well, I've always heard that you shouldn't invest anything that you're not willing to lose.
Right. That's why I only put the $20 in. And honestly, I put in 15 and they gave me a $5 free stock, which is one of the ones that's making me money. I think it's H&L or something like that.
That's tight.
So I put a little bit of money into that, so that's cool.
Yeah, let's see if it turns out.
Yes. Our next segment is best co-main characters in the animated shows.
So last week we listed off at least 22.
Yep.
We listed off exactly 22.
Okay.
And we ranked them. And what I did is I put them into a randomizer with their numbers to put them against each other in a random order. The only two people that I did pair, the only two groups that I did pair up was an extra two characters that had to be there to fill our bracket out. And
so now we have 24.
Yeah. And I put Tina and Jean against each other.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna read off some of the battles.
Okay.
So we have Fox versus Android. So Fox from Seven Deadly Sins versus Android. from One Punch Man, we have Tails versus Zoro.
Maybe we should go at it one at a time and go over who you think wins, who I think wins.
Oh, we're gonna do it one at a time each episode, so we don't muddy up.
Oh, so we're only gonna go over one person?
Yeah, I just want to give the bracket outline right now.
Got you.
And then next week we'll set it up. We already have the battles set aside. I just want everyone to know who's versing who, where the seeds are, and these seeds I am going down in order, and I'll say what's going to happen in the bracket, because there is something that's going to happen that maybe a couple of our viewers might not enjoy, but as soon as I explain it, it might make more sense.
Okay.
We have Tina versus Jean at 3, Sasuke versus Ren at 4, Bobby versus Bakugo at 5, L versus Al at 6, Joey Wheeler versus Alucard at 7, Pikachu versus Vegeta at 8, Killua versus Brock at 9, Morty versus Jelly Jiggler at 10, and then we have Patrick versus Suzaku at 11, and Rukia versus Matt from Digimon. Those are the two that we added in. Rukia from Bleach and Matt from Digimon.
Okay.
And that will be at 12.
Okay.
And how it's going to go is everyone's going to face each other. It'll be reverse. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They're bobbing back and forth on the bracket. So
we're not going to do 1 versus...
Well, 1 will verse 3. So the first battle...
See, I don't think that... Maybe we might have to fix that.
Maybe.
Because I think that we should do it the real way a bracket would go, which would be number 1 versus number 24.
Okay. So we'll do 1 versus 12. But either way, I have a couple battles that I want to set aside. I know that we want our top seeds to...
We can do your set aside battles first,
okay,
and then we'll do the highest versus the lowest from that point.
Yeah, I just wanted our top seeds, after they go past their first battle, our top seeds in our opinion, to have a bye. Because the way in which the bracket will work is that one group, so one portion of the bracket will have a bye after their first match, but that'll be based upon what we seeded them originally, because I don't think it'd be fair to have the lowest seed, to have a lower seed go against our top seed in succession, because we need the lower seeds to get more of an argument, and our higher seeds already have.
Yeah, but it's not fair to have a 3 or a 4 get beat out and have a 20-something.
Oh, I know,
pass through.
But we have our. We'll rearrange it till it makes sense.
We'll have to figure it out. We're gonna put this back on the drawing.
But either way, we have who's versing each other in the first round.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But if anyone has any bracket ideas, suggestions on how we can edit it, we'll definitely look at the video before we rearrange it.
All right, we're gonna go to our next topic.
Yeah.
Super Bowl picks bracket breakdown.
So it's literally only two people, two teams.
It absolutely is, and we've failed on majority of them.
And
up to this point, actually,
I still think the Chiefs are gonna win.
Big Chiefs.
I think the Chiefs are gonna win, but they scared me this week. They scared me with that barber situation. They had 20 players get scheduled to go to a barber that had
the vid.
Yeah, he tested positive for COVID. Luckily, the players that did get their hair cut had masks on
and dodged the vid.
Yeah, and they passed their COVID. Well, they passed their test. They're COVID negative. And one of the players that didn't go under the seat but was about to was Mahomes.
My homies.
Yeah, my homie Mahomes.
Yeah, can't catch him up on the vid. All jokes aside, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be super light of it. Our mom actually did have it and is okay, and our sister had it now.
Recovering.
Yeah, but no, I'm just joking around.
But to be honest, it
is good that they didn't get it.
Yeah, COVID almost ruined this Super Bowl.
Yeah, could have
very close.
Could have absolutely.
I still think that the Chiefs are gonna win, but I don't know what Tom Brady's got up his sleeve.
Right.
He's shiesty.
I'm going with the Chiefs because I got a free bet on MGM for him, so I make a couple dollars if it wins on that. So I'm going for the Chiefs regardless.
Yeah.
I'll always go against Tom Brady.
I got some good squares.
Did you? Because I got
I got
good one crappy one.
I got some lovely squares.
What'd you get for picks, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I'll say it right now. Everybody, cross your fingers, Jake. Let's make Jake some money.
Trevor wants money.
Not you.
That's all right.
Not you. Shout out to Jake's money.
That's okay.
So I have 9. Oh, this picture. Yep, I have. There we go. So I have 5-1, and 5 is Kansas City, 1 is Tampa Bay, so that's 31-21. Well, so that's 35-21.
That's
which,
not bad. That's
which could
doable.
happen. And then I have 9-6, which is a weird one, but I've seen 9-6s happen a lot.
Right. I have one good, one bad. I can't look at it because we record off of my iPhone 12. Has pretty good picture quality, which actually weird segue topic off. It has no relevance, but I was looking at in the Apple Store and stuff. I can buy for like $200, dude. You can buy a sound canceling mic that attaches straight to your phone, and it has a 3 tripod thing, and it comes with like a lighting thing and everything. It turns your phone into like a camera thing. I'll have to show it to you.
Here I was thinking about having Zach 3D print us a amount.
It's like $250.
Ooh, yeah,
It's pretty sweet. I honestly was thinking about we might have to invest in it. It'd be kind of, it turns your phone into like a even more realistic camera and sound quality thing. So that's a different note. Yeah, mine on there too.
Yeah, so you are 3-8.
See, 3-8. I don't think will happen.
8 Tampa Bay, 3 Kansas City.
I don't see that happening at all.
But
I also have 7-7.
And you are
7-7.
Yeah, you're 7,
right?
7-7. Yeah, that is awesome.
7-7 is a good Super Bowl, because even though both these teams are projected to score really high, in Super Bowls sometimes the defense is amped up, so I feel like I can get a 7-7 in the first quarter.
Sometimes they're gonna make you run sprints if they score.
Yeah, so I like the Super Bowl. Let's go Chiefs.
Let's go Chiefs. A little side topic. It's a little media. How do you feel like Miley Cyrus is gonna do for this halftime show? She's
on the halftime show?
Yeah, she's the halftime show.
You want to be honest, without being completely critical of her past, I honestly think she might do well. I think she has a lot of, I think she's grown up. Obviously, she's not the same, like, Hannah Montana that our sister used to watch.
Want that.
And obviously, that's what I'm
I'm
saying
saying generally.
Like, I think a lot of people will think of that when they think of her, and it'll be ready for that, and she might prove them a lot wrong, because now she's a more grown woman, and she's not the crazy Miley that did the wrecking ball thing and was doing all the antics. Now she's like a full grown adult. I mean, shit, dude, her voice even sounds like
more
deeper
developed.
and more, just raspy and just like. So I think she might do something really, really, really mature.
Better than Shakira J-Lo?
No.
Okay.
But they didn't have to make any music for them to be better than anything.
J-Lo looks like she can dance, and Shakira can actually dance.
You heard it off of his lips, not mine.
Hey, I didn't say J-Lo can't dance, but Shakira is way better at dancing than
J-Lo. Yeah, Shakira's really good.
But she did make Waka Waka Africa, so
that's also very bad.
So on our next topic, I was looking through Twitter, and everyone's been blowing up about Lil Uzi Vert having this $24 million diamond in his forehead, and it's off center.
Did you not? I heard that it's like bleeding and swelling up his forehead. He might have. I heard that it's having. I've seen that, and of course,
his body's
I'm not 100% about the source, but I'm pretty sure that I've seen that like he might have to get taken out because it's like swelling up. And he had like blood dripping down his face, like, so he might have to get that medically removed.
He might not do it. Consider it. This is the same person that's this Joe Button staple gun put staples in his head.
He probably had to cut a chunk out. I feel like not just like get it cut and split, because that's a lot big diamond. He'd have to like actually get a cut circle. So for him to get that back, he might have. To that piece, he might have to literally get like a skin graft, like off of like his thigh to his fucking forehead. That was the dumbest purchase I've ever seen.
And that's what we're segueing into right now.
Well,
I like this. It's not dumb, but
no, that's dumb.
Well, no, I'm talking about this segment specifically. What over the top rapper purchases or artist purchases have you heard of or know of, and we're just gonna say worth it or nah. Let's start with Uzi. Worth it?
Super not.
Nah.
Super not. Like, I can almost, like, I can't understand when people like get super mad about, or like, oh, you're not gonna like that tattoo when you get older. Mind you, there all these things you can do now. You can get skin cream that pretty much gets it gone.
Mm-hmm.
And most of this stuff is done so well, it's like literally art. But, and even like, I can kind of understand the segment when people like, oh, about having your ears gauged. But still, when you have your ear gauged, it'll grow back to itself and get normal eventually, unless you take it to a complete extreme, which even then,
you can get
it sewed back together. Yeah. But forehead implants,
looking like Vision from
yeah,
the
you look
Avengers.
like Vision, and you're like, dude, why would you ever want to do that? And like, when Sauce Flocka, it's either Sauce Flocka or Sauce Waka, was the reason kind of like Lil Uzi kind of was one-upping Sauce. Sauce got a diamond implanted, like a huge diamond, like like a big ass one, like implanted, I'm pretty sure, like right on his face, which that's been done, not as big as the one that he got, because he got it actually implanted into his cheek. But there's been people that have gotten diamonds, and it's kind of like essentially an earring that is under the skin, sort of. And you get it right here. It's to symbolize that you've lost somebody close to you. It's different from when you get a tattoo here, which means that you've killed people. And a lot of people have gotten it. I even thought, when I was younger and foolish, I even thought about getting that diamond thing right here for when our brother passed. You know what I mean? Like, but obviously it was still been foolish like that. But Sauce got a big diamond like implanted right here, and then Lil Uzi got that big ass thing. So he looks like a fool.
He looks like an android.
He looks like a fool.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand why he'd get it on the middle of his forehead. Just because someone like me, I've been told I use like my eyebrows and my forehead a bunch, like moving around.
It's a lot of moving out of skin.
Yeah, like that. You don't want something to be like in motion when it's healing.
Fool.
Yeah, foolish.
Fool.
So Lil Wayne's diamond teeth, it cost him $150,000 in 2009.
Okay, then for me personally, I don't think that's the dumbest thing, because we also got to put into perspective who it is and how much money they make. Although Lil Wayne did famously get screwed over by Birdman for a lot of money, he's made so much money, and he makes even more like all the time. And you got to do, like I said, do it in comparison of what that bank account. Me spending $150,000, Jake's gonna punch me in my face. Lil Wayne, who probably at the time was worth like 150 million or something crazy, not as foolish. Like I don't think that's as dumb as you could be. Like, I've spent on myself, and I'm not gonna be like try to be like braggadocious, but at one time a couple years ago when I was doing very well, I spent, you know what I mean, money on a Gucci belt, a Louis Vuitton wallet, and these earrings, and probably all together cost like $7,000 to $10,000. So you don't think Lil Wayne, and that what wasn't out of that didn't break me. You know what I mean? That was like
that would have been like Carter 1 or Carter 2.
So yeah, what I'm getting at is, if I could have spent at one point in time like $10,000 when I was on pace to make like 100 to 150,000 that year, I'm pretty sure a guy that's worth 100 or 200 times what I'm worth, especially at that time, would be able to afford that easily.
And it gave us a little tidbit of information. In the same year, Birdman dropped $500,000 on his grill.
Yeah, see, so I don't think it's as bad. I don't think it's that bad.
If you're equating it to another person,
is it foolish? I guess, because you shouldn't never buy. But if you're gonna buy stuff for yourself regardless.
Yeah, it's the thing we said.
I don't think that's that bad.
Well, it's the thing we said. It was either 2 weeks ago, where it was. It's not good to sit on your money like a dragon, even though you can't visualize it. That's an asset.
Yeah.
Those are always like gems have gone down in price, but gold.
And when you're him, $150,000 grill that Lil Wayne personally wore, if it's cleaned and everything.
No, it's his teeth.
Well, yeah, but you can get it taken out. I'm pretty sure you can take it off. It's like a cap over your teeth, the same way that like Plies had it. I'm pretty sure. Like it's more than a grill because it's like hooked in underneath like the gum sort of, but you can get it like surgically taken off eventually. Plies did it. Plies
Okay.
used to have the gold one. Now he has like pearly whites. But still, like I don't think
Or
it's
they
that
could work
bad.
like veneers.
Yeah.
But either way,
But
yeah,
either way, I don't think it's that
I
bad.
don't think it's a dumb purchase at all.
Not that dumb.
I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, as a rapper, some people get big off their persona,
Yeah.
and that was a part of Lil Wayne's persona.
Yeah, he had a huge persona, so I think those teeth probably made him money.
So,
yeah.
The next one is Diddy buying his son, a car. So he gifted his son a Maybach on Super Sweet 16 on MTV that cost over $756,000.
He did it twice.
Yeah, both.
So he spent 1.5 million over 2 years.
Yeah.
On his kid. It is Diddy. Diddy's probably close to a billionaire.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I would think that's dumb because I can't afford that, but I think it's dumb only for the fact that I think that like one of the best cars on the market right now is Tesla, and you can get a Tesla for like 70 to 100 grand. So I think it's dumb because he could have got
this happened in 2009 and 2010. So
Diddy's been hot for 30 years.
yeah, I'm saying maybe this year he bought his son a Tesla.
Yeah, so who knows?
Who knows?
I don't think it's the smartest.
I don't think it's smart, but I think you can sell it back for around the same amount.
Maybe, probably. How many of these do we got?
Just a couple. I wanted you to.
Just curious.
I was gonna scroll through a couple of these, but I wanted you to like shout out any ones that you know of that are big purchases.
Right now, I think that the Conor McGregor purchase of that yacht was pretty fucking stupid.
What about the watch? The Atlantean watch that we.
God, fuck that. I think the watch is cool.
Okay.
The watch is so awesome.
Is there
The watch
anything
is so
specifically stupid about the yacht, or is it the fact that
I
he
just
partied
think
on it to lose?
I'm obviously being foolish. I think he can sell the yacht back or rent it out, but I think the fact that he is just so relaxed and lost that fight had me irritable.
So, there's Young Jeezy's USDA chain. It is estimated at $100,000. He bought it in 2009.
Again, Young Jeezy was real hot. I don't think $100,000 for Young Jeezy is out of his. I think that's more than 10. I think $100,000 to Young Jeezy is like $1,000, or maybe not 1,000, more like 10,000 maybe. But I don't think that's that much for him.
The Game bought his son in 2009. He bought his son a diamond-studded remote control car.
That's stupid.
That is estimated near $100,000.
I think that's stupid.
Yeah,
I don't think that's smart.
Yeah, I think that's whack.
Because the second he drives it, one of them, every single one of the diamonds is getting hit off something.
Yeah, and anyone that's ever had a remote control car knows how
It
easily
flips.
they can get broken.
Yeah, I would think that's.
Imagine someone yelling "car" in his neighborhood, and someone just runs over that car. It's like, dang,
Yeah, I think
someone
that's
really ran over your shit with the Range Rover.
Super foolish.
Little John's Crunk Ain't Dead chain, $500,000 in 2007. I don't want to be.
When did the party rock stuff stop? Do you know what
It
year?
never stopped.
Okay, but when did it stop?
Um.
When I was like a senior, right?
Yeah.
So 2013.
Yeah. Oh, it went beyond that because those guys. Yeah, it stopped when I was a senior because they still were playing that on everything.
So it's
I think he's
right
made
on the
up for
line. Yeah, it's right on the line. I think if you were gonna ask if his diamond studded cup was a good idea, I think that was a great purchase. But this one's right on the line of stupid or not, or dumb or not, I should say.
There's one really funny one in here that I saw. Oh, there's one. So Kanye West dining room replica of the Sistine Chapel. The Sistine, not 16th, for all of us ignorant people out here that thought it was a number.
350,000. That's pretty cool.
350,000.
I think that's good and classy.
Yeah,
For
stay
350,000.
classy, San Diego.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And I'm not gonna look. Oh, actually, I see it right now because I thought it was too far down. So Russell Simmons bought an all gold toilet for an undisclosed amount in early 2000s. Is it worth it?
Run DMC.
Yeah, is it worth it to boo boo on gold?
He's worth a lot.
So it
And
was.
we don't know how much it is.
No.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just be realistic. That's not a good.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, It was gold. Yeah, it has jade powder over it. It's gold. There's gold leaf where it's not specifically gold.
I still don't think it's good.
Yeah,
Bad
kind of
idea.
dumb.
Yeah, super dumb.
But if you guys have any other worth it or nots, I think it'd be fun to just throw out some random ones, just because at least I'm gonna speak on my behalf. People that have those purchases out of view, it's easy to kind of wave your finger and be like, oh, that's not worth it. But
Right.
to be honest, if you had that disposable money and you were in their position, sometimes it is worth it.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's fun. What's money but just a way to get stuff that you enjoy at the moment.
And especially if you can justify that you've accomplished or earned something.
Yeah.
Which I have a little bit of a couple topics I wanted to spruce things up and keep things a little bit light. If we're done with this topic.
Yeah, we're done with that. I just want to get to the toilet.
On that little segue of if you think that you've earned it or it's worth it, I want to bring out a little bit more of your personality. So that'll put me on one of my topics. What are one or two times that you can think of where you felt maybe at that moment was you super accomplished something, or something that indefinitely you got that like accomplished feeling from? If you could give me like your top two.
Man, my top two times where I felt accomplished.
Like your most accomplished. Like maybe looking back it's not, but at that point in time it was like that you did as great as you could. You were engulfed in like feelings.
Oh, okay. So I will say my number one of all time is getting my associate's degree in sociology.
Absolutely.
It sounds goofy saying that I got hype over something I spent 4 years on, when a lot of people,
you should be happy about.
But yeah, it was like the culmination of all of my, I don't want to say struggle, but all of the effort I put in there, all of my nose to the grindstone, and it was finally some validation that what I did was actually worth something in the bigger picture. I was like, I love sociology. I'd study it for free.
Right.
But the fact that I have something that can tell someone like, hey, I study it. Like it's my thing, so I can call myself a sociologist.
Absolutely. No, that's great.
And I'll say my second time was getting on the scale at Eastern and realizing I had hit 150.
Okay.
When I was, for those that aren't privy to the information,
we were both very obese growing up.
I was like 210, 220 at the start of wrestling season, and like I wasn't doing anything. I was very stagnant, and we had all the means to get fit at our house. We had treadmill, punching bag, throwing bag, place to do pull-ups, and it took Trevor telling me that I'm doing wrestling to get up and start my journey to weight loss, and I think it took me 4-5 months to
mind
lose.
you, I did the same thing the year before. My freshman year, I was almost like 300 pounds, or might have been over 300, and I lost the weight, and I just wanted him to do the same thing pretty much. And
I had never viewed myself as athletic or like physically strong in any aspect. So the realization that within 5 months I had lost over 70 pounds, that it was something I wanted, that I could materialize with effort. It was a good feeling, and like my asthma started to go away. Like I didn't have asthma in high school because like
you ran it out.
Yeah, it was one of those things that I was always bummed out about, and it was like an actual accomplishment that I could enjoy. Like no one could take it away from me.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll throw a couple of mine out there. The one that comes to mind the most for me, I wrestled most of my life, and not to be, I'm not being braggadocious. I did all the like little kids states and My Way, the Border Wars, the Michigan State stuff. I had all that stuff, but the one that was always that still eluded me, but I think it was either the feeling of pinning the guy at regionals and knowing I was going to states, because our father never made it that far. So it was kind of like me going farther than a lot of people in my family. It was either that pin or when you get to states, I can't remember if they call it like the glory walk or something like that, but they bring the flags down and you get to walk in a circle and look up at the arena. And I was so engulfed in so much emotion that it like almost brought me to tears, because it made me feel like 4 years, almost the same as kind of like your degree, like 4 years
has brought me to this moment.
And to be honest, way more than 4 years, because I started wrestling when I was like 5 or 6. So it was really like 13 years of wrestling has put me here. So granted, I had a lot of personal things, and I think that was part of a reason and kind of part of an excuse, I guess, of why I didn't do as well when I got there. But just the fact that I was, there's 4 classes, so I was in the top, like 100 kids in the whole entire state at my weight, really put me in really made me feel amazing. Like, for sure made me feel amazing.
That's tight.
So I'm also going to do one more for you.
Go at it.
We're going to go the complete opposite way. We'll just do one. What is your biggest regret that you can think of to this point? It can be personal, like relationships or anything like that. It can be business, maybe education-wise, whatever you can think of.
Okay. Yeah. So my biggest regret of my young adult life would probably come from caring. So I was in a 5-year relationship for a while, and with a great person, someone I consider to be my best friend at the time.
Okay.
And I just had the world had got me down. Like, the world had got me down. It seemed like I really had a lot against me, and it was very burdensome for me to watch a person watch me struggle.
Right.
And like, she'd been doing good and like really getting after life, and like we had a long distance relationship, and at that point in time I had to move out of the spot that I was living in, so I was homeless at the time, and I was staying with some people that I don't consider friends anymore.
Right.
Some bad people that are the only people that are around me feeding me bad information, and kind of put me in a big slump. And I thought that it would be a smart decision to break it off with the person, but not in the manner. Like, it's good that we broke up, but not in the manner that I would do.
In the negative way.
Yeah, I was a hurt person trying not to hurt another person,
and ended up doing it.
Yeah, and I ended up hurting the person I was with really bad, and like I ruined that relationship, friendship, just because I tried to save the person from me at the time, because I thought my life was it was a void, and I didn't want to take someone else's light trying to save someone that was in the void.
Okay.
And like, looking back on it, it was a big mistake to have done it the way, like, to do it that way, because I ended up hurting someone that I really cared about, and didn't see the immediate ramifications.
Right. I
only saw I need to save this person from me.
Right.
It's something I sit with today, and I like hold true to that. I will never try to like never intentionally try to
push somebody
push someone away or hurt somebody that wants nothing but the best for me.
Right.
It's one of those things that it's bittersweet. I'm happy that it happened, because it's made me better, but I'm not happy about the way it went about.
Okay.
Because
could have went a lot better.
I could have been a lot more mature
about it.
Because an adult owns up to how they feel and speaks their mind on stuff.
Absolutely.
What about you?
So mine is kind of like the butterfly effect. Like, mine is one of those, like, looking back on it, I can see the domino that first tipped and put me down a spiraling spot, which I'm better now, but I got in a really low place, and I can pick the domino that kind of did it. And it's when I left New Hampshire to come back home, because I was making a ton of money, and this was in 2013. I was bringing home after taxes like over like $1,000, like $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, and I wasn't mentally mature enough to deal with the things with my son's mom and deal with my mom and just family and just back and forth and everything. Which I know I'd have different problems now if I would have stayed there, but I feel like if I'd have stayed, I'd already have been a journeyman like years and years ago, and I probably would have a ton of money. And the reason I'm speaking about the money stuff is because I feel like a lot of the problems that I have in my personal life with my son's mom, and not everybody, I'm not going to get super into it, but everybody knows my situation that should know about it. I feel like if I had the financial backing to be able to do some things, it would help my situation a lot in the situation I'm in. And I guess I just feel like when I left there and came back, I came back strictly off of emotions and had no game plan. And if I was going to have no game plan, I might as well have had no game plan and collected money and been able to prepare myself financially for the things that I'm going to have to do now. Because now I have to do these things and I don't have that type of income that I had 7-8 years ago that I was making. You know what I mean? Now I'm making, like, let's be honest, half to that. You know what I mean? Like, and unfortunately in this society, money helps a lot of things. Lawyers and
money talks a lot.
Lawyers and vehicles and just period. So I wish that I wouldn't have came back without a game plan, or if I would have stayed there and had a game plan and gotten out once I got everything out of the situation. So that way I could have helped myself down the road and handled what I still need to handle now.
Yeah, been able to tackle the challenges immediately,
because a lot of the challenges with that situation and with not being able to see my son and stuff, I feel like is financial, because I feel like I don't have the money to do the legal stuff that I'm gonna have to do, and you know what I mean. So I don't know. Yeah, it does.
What's in your wallet doesn't equate to your intentions nor your love for your son.
Yeah, so that's my biggest regret.
You know, yeah, it happens sometimes. You know, it's close to mine, where it's you let the emotions take hold of the situation, and you try to make the best decision as a hurt individual,
and I came back and didn't handle much of anything.
Yeah.
So those are just two little things. Like I said, I'm gonna try to bring a few topics here and there every week just to spice stuff, so that way everybody can get a little bit more of our more natural. Watch back, I didn't want us to feel so robotic, so we're gonna try to get personal and try to have segments that spring off of these things just naturally. So,
add some personality to it if you're not already getting some personality in this.
So on to our next topic, which
on to the
looks
next
like
one.
UFC Fight Night.
Yeah, I noticed that there's a UFC fight card tomorrow on Saturday.
Okay.
And I didn't want it to go without having at least a shout out or something, because Alistair Overeem is on a spree. So Alistair Overeem is versing Alexander Volkov.
Ooh.
And it's going to be a good one. Watch it. Bars are open.
That's going to be a throw
hit beat-ups. Have a drink.
Fest.
Have a drink. Watch some people beat the
But
stuff
we're going to be bars are only going to be at 25% capacity. Yeah. So when you look in, it looks like they're dead, and your bouncer, aka a dude like me on Saturday, when you look in the building, you go, but it looks like there's almost nobody there. I'm gonna go, yes, because we're only allowed to have 25 of you here, so we're at full capacity. I'm sorry you can't come. So please give your bar guy don't give your dude a hard time. I'm gonna be working Saturday. Please don't give me a hard time.
It is on ESPN Plus.
Cool.
So
that's
hey,
cool
just
too.
like last time where we were saying we would check to see if we would check to see if ESPN Plus cards are featured exclusively on ESPN Plus. You can see the whole fight on ESPN Plus.
Perfect.
The whole entire fight.
So you can go or not. Either way.
Yeah.
More than happy. Like I said, most of your bar backs and most of your bouncers are going to be more than happy to see you guys. Just don't give us a hard time about the capacity. It's not our problem. Not our fault.
A couple other fighters that are fighting that I think are worth mentioning. Frankie Edgar, he moved down to bantamweight and he's killing it.
I like Edgar. He's tough.
Old dog.
He's a Maryland wrestler.
Yeah, I believe he's from Maryland. Maryland or Boston.
Maryland, yeah. Or my Boston College, yeah.
Then there's some undercards. Those are the two ones that I think shine the brightest. There's Michael Johnson versus Clay Guida versus Clay the Carpenter Guida.
Clay's probably gonna lose because he's 99.
But
no,
hey, but
I
he's
do
a
think
caveman.
he'll probably lose because he is just getting too old. And
But-
the only reason I mention his age in that type of way is the way he fights.
Yeah.
He fights
Like a
he
madman.
drives. He's like driven off of getting hit and getting in bad positions. Like makes his adrenaline rush, and it's just not good for your body to be like that over time.
Yeah, and another fighter is Devontae Smith. I don't know a lot about his opponent Justin James, but it's a catchweight bout. Devontae Smith, I've seen him fight a couple people. He's a beast.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Keep an eye on him.
Okay.
It's on Saturday. The undercards start at 6. The undercards start at 5, and the main cards start at 8.
Okay.
So, hey, if you get home from work at 5, turn on ESPN Plus, see
Catch a
some good
couple
fights.
Sounds good.
So, something that I am super psyched about, super duper psyched about, is my favorite game of all time is Mass Effect 2.
It is.
My favorite game
I
franchise.
thought Fallout was in there.
It's one of my favorite
Gears
franchises.
of War.
It's one of my favorite franchises.
Okay.
But Mass Effect is my favorite series. Mass Effect 2 is my favorite game.
Okay.
Hands down, those
Okay.
those
Overall.
those are games that I could sit down, play through the trilogy, and then play
it
through
over.
again.
Okay.
And the creators, BioWare, have announced that they're releasing Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which is going to come out on all next-gen consoles.
Okay.
And so they did more than just bring the games back. So if you don't know, if you don't know,
You gross.
yeah, I'm gross.
You gross.
I'm sorry. But if you don't know, with the Mass Effect trilogy, when you play one game, you can take your data from one game to the next game.
That is cool.
So all your decisions matter. And then on your second game, you take all decisions from your first game, and you bring it to the third
That's
game.
sweet.
And a majority of your decisions matter in there. You're at least going to see it. So that game has over 40 downloadable contents in the package.
Okay.
They've revamped and remastered the first game, like new heads-up display, new shooting mechanics, a bunch of the bugs and stuff that people didn't like in the first game. They said they fixed a portion of the game called the Mako, which is a driving portion. They said they fixed that. They redid a bunch of the textures and graphics and added more, so the game looks pristine.
Okay.
Like, it's awesome. Like,
That's cool.
If you're looking for a game to, I don't want to say bide you time through Corona, but if you're looking for an experience to sit down and play something that is a flushed out narrative that's really fun overall, play Mass Effect 3. Well, play Mass Effect Legendary Edition. When it comes out, buy it. When it comes out, I'm gonna buy it. I don't care how many times I've bought Mass Effect. I'm going to buy this game.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of other things that I could say they added to the game, but go and look for yourself. Look for yourself. I'll hands down. I'll hands down vouch for this game. I will. This is the one game out there that I think if you haven't played, you need to play.
See, it's not my bee's knees, but that's okay. I have tried it.
Yeah, it's one of those games that if you like RPGs, this is the game you play, because it's RPG sci-fi shooter where you build relationships with all your teammates and stuff, and you can hotkey coordinate some like what they do, and like you bring people on missions and they speak. It's just an immersive experience that I was lucky to have been playing video games when it came out, and like as the games came out in succession, like it honestly was one of the best experiences of my young life.
So
playing
definitely
it all.
give it a try for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's something that's really good. So that's to the best part of our podcast.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Promotes.
Anything you want to promote? Anything you believe in that you want to say? Anything that you like that you want to shout out? I can go first if you want.
Shout outs. You know, I'm just gonna shout out our overall tiny circle because I feel like in saying that, I feel like you know who you are. You know, like Zach, you, our dad's buddy Howie, just everybody like that, you know, because when I feel like whenever I need anything or whenever any of us need anything, we're pretty quick to hop to and help each other out. So I know it's kind of like another generic, generalized shout out, but no need to get into like personal things or anything like that. But like for example, you know, everybody knows I don't drive because I don't have a license right now. So you know, when I come here to do these, Jake picks me up, takes me back. When we go and do, you know, game night, Jake usually picks me up, takes me back. When I had to go to the hospital, you know, Jake picked me up, took me back. So and obviously we look out for each other back and forth. When I had my car and he didn't, I did the same thing. But like just stuff like that, and you know, and my mom and dad and all them. So I'm just gonna shout out our little tiny circle because I feel like whenever things go wrong, we're pretty tight on getting together and handling our situations.
Yeah, we always look out for each other, and I like to make sure to not in the full sense of the phrase, but pay it forward because like, you know, it's the little things. It's what you notice and what you do about it.
Right.
And it's really tight. Thank you. My shout out is also going to be a general shout out. I would like to give a big shout out to all of our viewers because even though we haven't gotten like the responses that I'd say I was looking for.
Yeah.
We have like our first video hit 80, all of our other videos
close.
have hit 30.
Like 30, 40.
30,
yeah,
but like
something
it takes time, and I'd like to shout out anyone that has sat through our videos, anyone that's checked out our videos.
And notice we are trying to take notes. We understood that the first couple obviously were a little bit long. We're trying to put them back closer to like an hour and a half. And like I said, we're trying to spice things up, and so yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I just want to give a big shout out because it really means a lot to at least me, and I know it probably means a lot to you.
Absolutely.
That some people are taking their time out of their day to listen, watch,
and it makes
talk
us
about
feel
it.
good because we're taking time. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously we're not like we need anything, but like necessarily immediate gratification or anything, but yeah, we're making sure rain, sleet, or snow that we come every Friday and do this. And obviously sometimes the videos take a little longer to upload. I don't know why, but they just do.
And every Thursday I sit down for about 2 hours and brainstorm.
Yeah,
I put these notes all throughout my room.
Yeah, so it's cool. So it is cool to see some people watching, and we're gonna try to get even better. Maybe, like I said, that video stuff and learn how to edit. And you know, I think we should do just kind of spring thought process. I might write it down on my notes, or you can write it on yours. I think we should shout out like a local business or something like that every at the end of every video. Ooh. Just like you know, I knew some dudes that I went to high school with that started that Ewa clothing brand, and I think that kind of got huge, you know what I mean? And that's like a local Lansing thing, you know, so like maybe that could be the first one, you know.
We can shout out that one. I have one that
I'm pretty sure
comes to mind right now.
I'm pretty sure that's some Lansing dudes that I went to Eastern with that started that Ewa. So I'm gonna try to remember to shout out a local business, whether it's like a beauty thing or you got a photography thing. I'm not gonna get anything out of this. I'm not even asking these people. Yeah. But yeah, like I'm just gonna try to shout out somebody that I notice is doing their own thing and
word of mouth advertising
and kill it. Yeah, so hopefully it helps them.
I'd like to, if we're doing the business, I'd like to do a business shout out to Princess Smoothies. It is a self-contained smoothie shop that is on the corner of Allen and Kalamazoo, and it's a new smoothie shop. They opened up right next to the Allen Farmers Market. Okay. If you know where that is.
Pretty good.
I've heard nothing but great reviews about it. You know, okay. I plan on going there in the near future. One of our buddies, Big Rick, was talking about wanting a smoothie, and I mentioned that place, and he was like, oh yeah, he's like, I live right around there, yada yada. He's like, I heard they're really good too. I'd like to give him a shout out, you know.
Nice. Yeah, I just think it's a good idea. Yeah. Throwing a little bit of shouts, whether it's 40 people that didn't know about a brand or whatever. Hopefully, we can help somebody out, and that'll be cool.
Yeah, get them some more business.
Yeah.
People are trying out here, and I think that you can, with food at least, you can taste the passion and stuff, and you can see the passion with people that are really trying to take something and make it their own.
Yeah,
good for them. Like that's awesome. Is there anything you learned this week? Anything you want to share?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate, even though like like speaking, I guess, obviously on a personal thing, and you learn it. It's something that I already knew, but try not to let personal like stuff affect business or anything like that. Try to take a step back and make sure that you're really going through the steps, as we say in the business a lot, is smooth is fast and fast is good, which means like if you're doing something quick, you might be doing it wrong, and to take a step back and take a breather and do it correct and perfect the first time all the way through and throughout will actually, you won't realize, even though it thinks you're going slow, if you're doing it smooth and you don't have to come back and fix anything, that's ultimately the fastest and the best way to do something. Obviously, I'm speaking from a personal thing because of work, because I felt like I could have been a little bit more tight-knit this week. But it can be done in every aspect of life, you know.
If you do it right, do it slightly, do it wrong, do it long.
Exactly. Do it right the first time so you don't got to come back. And like I said, so that phrase, smooth is fast and fast is good, I feel like can be brought to almost every aspect of life.
Yeah, would you rather spend an hour on something that you're supposed to do, or would you rather spend an hour fixing your mess ups?
Yeah, so that's something.
It's an hour invested.
Yep.
What you talking about I guess low times, or that has brought out a quote in my mind. And this applies to a lot of things in life, but it's from Winnie the Pooh. So everybody knows Winnie the Pooh, and it's from Pooh to Christopher Robbins. And this is something I said to that person that I heard a while ago, just as an appreciation for the light that the person brought in my life. It was how lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard.
Yeah.
You know, there's always someone in your life that makes an impression, but until you see the person either flee your life, or kind of fade into the back, like you don't really know the impression until you have time to reflect on
the importance until it's gone.
Yeah, and that's something that kind of deeply correlates with how I felt about the situation. It was thank you for everything that you brought in my life, because saying goodbye to you brought all those emotions, feelings, lessons to the forefront and made me a better person, because it's like, you know, without you here, I had to learn these things myself.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good quote.
Yeah, I really liked it.
All right.
Thanks for everyone that's watching. This has been the Keenan Boys. Speak on it with the
Keenan Boys, episode 5. Yeah. Peace.
Peace.